Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. When working with Python, you may occasionally encounter the error DLL load failed when using numpy. This error typically arises due to issues with loading the numpy library, which may be caused by a variety of factors, such as incompatible versions, missing dependencies, or environment conflicts. Here's a comprehensive guide to understanding and troubleshooting the DLL load failed error in numpy, along with code examples. Understanding the error. The DLL load failed error message indicates that Python is unable to load a dynamic link library, DLL, required by the numpy package. This can happen due to 1. Incompatible numpy version. If you're using a version of numpy that is not compatible with your Python installation or other libraries, it can lead to this error. 2. Missing dependencies. Numpy relies on several underlying libraries, like MKL, BLOS, etc. If these are missing or incompatible, it can cause the DLL load to fail. 3. Environment issues. If you're working in a virtual environment, ensure that your environment is correctly set up. 4. Corrupted installation. Sometimes, the installation of numpy or one of its dependencies may become corrupted. Troubleshooting steps. 1. Check Python and numpy versions. Ensure that you are using compatible versions of Python and numpy. Make sure that your numpy version is compatible with your Python version. 2. Upgrade numpy. Sometimes, simply upgrading numpy to the latest version can resolve the issue. 3. Reinstall numpy. If upgrading does not work, try reinstalling numpy. 4. Check for conflicts. If you have multiple versions of Python installed, make sure that you are using the correct one, and that the correct version of numpy is installed for that Python version. 5. Check for dependencies. Ensure that all dependencies required by numpy are installed. For Windows, you might need to install Microsoft Visual C++ Redistributable. 6. Use a virtual environment. If you are not already using one, consider creating a virtual environment. This helps isolate your project and its dependencies from the system Python. 7. Check architecture, 32-bit vs 64-bit. Make sure you are using the same architecture for Python and numpy. If you're running a 64-bit version of Python, you should use a 64-bit version of numpy. Example code. Here's a simple example demonstrating how to correctly import and use numpy in a Python script. If you encounter a DLL load failed error, this will help you verify that your setup is correct. Conclusion. The DLL load failed error can be frustrating, but by following these steps, you should be able to resolve the issue. Always ensure that your Python environment is correctly configured, and keep your libraries up to date to avoid compatibility issues. If problems persist, consider reaching out to community forums or checking the official numpy repository for similar issues.